Played with a bone chip in his ankle and missed the past 2 weeks in what Shanahan described as a popped capsule in his knee.
Popped capsule?
Popped capsule.
37-8, the Packers got destroyed. No other way to put it. They lost by several scores. So now we have to deal with them. What do we think of them? And after the game, Aaron Rodgers, he said he still has confidence in this Packers team. Take it away, 12.
I think we have leadership in this locker room. It kind of surfaced there in some post-game remarks by some of the guys. I'm not going to get into who said what, but definitely encouraging hearing some of those voices. I feel good about our culture, but we got to improve on offense and set the tone a little bit better than we did. Obviously, I fumbled on the first drive. That didn't help. Gave them 7, and we just didn't get anything going, obviously.
So the Packers fall to 8-3, same record as these Vikings, although they remain atop the NFC North because of their head-to-head win over Minnesota back in Week 2. As for the Niners, I mean, they're 10-1 and rolling. They are a game up on the Saints for the number 1 seed in the NFC. About the Packers, who have eluded and evaded my top 5, fight my 5, week in, week out, because of some inconsistencies. A bad loss to the Chargers, a terrible loss last night. They got dominated, or what did you say?
They got jumped.
They got jumped.
Sunned is the cool way to say it.
Yesterday. So a lot of people, sort of thought that this would be a potential preview of the playoffs to come. It was all Niners in this one. Are there issues with the Packers?
Yeah, there's issues, but it's not time to panic. Let's not throw the season away. Let's not overreact on a Monday, right? The Packers lose to who some say is the best team in football, certainly one of the best defenses. That was the most uncomfortable I've ever seen Aaron Rodgers. But here's the thing. When you have 2 heavyweights, you have to look at the rounds. This isn't the 12th round. These guys getting knocked out, picking up their mouthpiece, stumbling through the ropes. They got 5 games left. So if I want to get hit in the mouth, dust myself up. Yeah,
10-8.
No doubt about it. But if I want to get punched in the mouth, hit the ground, dust myself off, I want to do it in round 8, where I got enough time to fix it before the playoff starts. They're still 8-3, guys, and they still have Aaron Rodgers, and they'll catch their rhythm as long as they can fix the things that happen within this game.
I want to know what's wrong. What are these things that they need to get into rhythm? They have Devonta Adams back. He scores his first touchdown in forever. What is the long-lasting concern with the offense?
They played the most ferocious defense in the business, and they made him uncomfortable in the pocket. They're not going to face many defenses like this. The question is not who are going to beat the rest of the season. What happens when they face this team again? And if they can fix that, then they'll be okay.
It's hard to have anything than a glass half empty this morning about the Packers. That was difficult to watch, Nate. And it started right from go. Rodgers fumbles the ball and it never stopped. And it felt like, okay, now we're going to get going. But they were 0 for 14 on third down conversions until the final meaningless third down in the fourth quarter.
That wasn't even Rodgers.
It wasn't even Rodgers. This was an absolute butt kicking to the highest order. It might have been the biggest blowout we've seen in a one-sided game between contenders this season. Nate, I wake up this morning, I have concerns. I have real concerns because their offensive line could not protect Aaron Rodgers and no one else could make a play. He was on the run the entire game. And hey, Melvin Ingram and Joey Bosa did the same exact thing a few weeks ago in L.A. Packers could be a really good team this year, but Matt LaFleur has a mentor, and his name is Kyle Shanahan, and the mentor took care of the apprentice, and he did it in some disgusting fashion last night. That was as one-sided a game we saw yesterday in the NFL.
Maybe he's allergic to the Bosas or California.
I think one of the good things about Rodgers right now, he doesn't have to play any Bosas for a while. And maybe again in the playoffs, I look at the Packers a little bit like I look at the Cowboys. Like, I know they're going. They're getting in. They're going to be at the dance. Like, are they going to do anything when they get there? Because they have a little bit of like, we don't look great right now against great competition. And that gets into splitting hair territory. But listen, nobody wants to hear about Lyman on Monday morning. The Brian Bulaga thing is massive, because Rodgers said it before the game. I thought it was actually really interesting. He said, we're going to have to beat this Niners team here once. We can do it now, or we can do it in the playoffs. Well, guess we're going to have to do it in the playoffs. And if it's just Bosa and Salah and all those guys, I don't think they can stand up to him. I called it again. The most impressive win of the whole year is what the Niners did last night. That was an absolute jumping, full circle.
The Packers averaging just 14.3 points over the last 3 weeks. 2 of their last 3 games, their offense has sort of fallen flat. We'll see if they can rebound. There's a lot of games to go. I can see by your face. You're like, relax.
Yeah, that's Aaron Rodgers. He said it before.
He was not comfortable, and he was not great. And I'll tell you what, the Packers, they have to get things right soon because there's too many good teams in the NFC.
Here come the Vikings.
Talk about it.
This is very true, Trey. It's Cowboys, Patriots. How about these highlights, guys? Let's go to this one. Dak Prescott 2-0 versus number 1 ranked total defenses. First time in his career facing number 1 score.
Yeah.
Listen, guys, can you loosen up? It was cold outside. It was raining. Here's Bill Belichick. And speaking of the rain, look at this. I'm talking about sideways rain. You Can't Stop the Rain, one of my favorite songs by Shaquille O'Neal and Biggie. You know who played Big?
What's up, Doc? Can we rock?
Yeah, man, old school Shaq right there. Matthew Slater is the greatest special teamer of all time.
Ever.
And I'm going to say it again. How about this player going to that player. That's the GOAT going to the young rookie, N'Keal Harry. Little toe drag swag. And Tom Brady saying, if you just get on the field, man, I'll throw you some touchdowns. All right, second quarter now.
Slater's better than Steve Tasker, Devin Hester, Bill Bates.
Devin Hester's pretty good.
I got a Steve Tasker tweet earlier, yeah. And Hester. But Hester wasn't out there tackling and blocking punts, fam.
Tasker, Bates.
Hey, listen, Matthew Slater and Tom Brady are the only ones guaranteed to make the Patriots every year. All right, here we go. Dak Prescott threw an interception. He's trying to fix his gloves. Fourth quarter now. Dak Prescott dropping back. Who is he looking for? Blake Jarwin? Toe drag? No drag swag. Back to the end zone, just out of bounds. Jason Garrett, I know he wants to clap. They said it was the hoodie versus the clapper. Jason Garrett put his hand in his pockets. He wasn't clapping as much as usual. All right, let's see if we can clap for this one. Dak Prescott trying to make something happen. Less than 2 minutes left. He goes for Amari Cooper. It's a catch! What a catch! Oh, man! All right, let's check it out again. And the ball seems to hit the ground. Tom Brady says, come on, I've been playing football for 72 years. That hit the ground. You can't fool me, fam. There's Prescott, Tom Brady, a little mutual respect from the two. The Patriots, they win this one 13-9. Wasn't the best game, best offensive performance for the Pats. But Jerry Jones, he has some strong words about this loss.
They know how to play this game, certainly in this weather. And he was masterful. The coach was masterful. Their team was masterful. They did it on special teams. That wasn't an accident. That was by design. They knew how to pressure us up on special teams. And again, that's a part of the reason that they have success. I don't think there's a game that a coaching staff has areas that it couldn't do better in. And I just don't like it that we've got so many as I'm standing here tonight. With the makeup of this team, I shouldn't be this frustrated. Okay.
Cowboys set season lows in points, third downs, and they tied their fewest passing yards in their loss to the Patriots. Dallas did not score a touchdown for the first time this season. There was bad weather. There was wind. They were facing that incredible Patriots defense. Amari Cooper got locked up. He didn't have a single catch, being blanketed and locked up by Stephon Gilmore. Hey, Nate, you said going into this game, the one thing they need to do is feed Zeke Elliott.
Yeah.
That's how they'll get a win. Guess what? They did. He had 126 total yards in this one. Dak did make some nice throws. What was the Cowboys' biggest problem yesterday?
The biggest problem is that they faced a ferocious defense that was just as tough as the weather conditions. And as much as I said feeding Zeke would be the answer to this game, they needed to pass the ball. They just needed to make one more play in the passing game, and they didn't. I don't know what's going on with Amari Cooper. I don't know if he's banged up, but he just couldn't get going. Stephon Gilmore right there jumps in front of Coop and intercepts the ball. But, Kay, before the game, I said, the Cowboys are 20-4 when Zeke has 115 more yards. And it didn't matter because the Patriots, they just held. And that's what they've been doing all season long.
2-13 on third down, 0-2 in the red zone, Triggs.
And at no point did it feel like it ever got going. Nate, you mentioned Amari Cooper, no catches. I don't think Jason Witten did much. I don't think Dak did the $40 million deal we've been seeing the last couple of weeks. And the refs didn't help him either. Obviously, there was that tripping call. But I look at some coaching decisions here. Cowboys have been just plodding along all game. They're down 13-6. They get in there. We saw the Blake Jarwin incomplete. And Jason Garrett decides to go for a field goal to cut the game to 13-9. You still have to score a touchdown at some point. You're right there. I mean, at this situation, do you not say, okay, 6 minutes left, the Patriots can't move the ball either. Let's go for it on fourth down, maybe? Let's show the owner, let's show the fans that we're trying something here.
Aikman was all over it.
Aikman hated the play call. And then there was the Tony Pollard kickoff where he's 10 yards out of whack.
Roasted him on that too.
That's coaching, that's preparation, and the Patriots never make mistakes on that. The Cowboys were erroneous throughout the game. They didn't look like they were ready to win this game at any point. They didn't look like they came to win. They came to just show up and lose by 4, and that's what they did.
In a weird way, I think we can relate to Jerry Jones. And Jerry Jones has the vibe right now and the frustration of someone who buys something very expensive, like this really expensive, almost irresponsibly expensive piece of technology, and the thing doesn't work. I can't connect to Wi-Fi. I can't make the thing work. This thing sucks. What is the deal? I paid all this money, irresponsible money to pull the running back out of Cabo, and meanwhile, it doesn't work at all. And the old technology, like the one we just played, like the book to our Kindle, is working just fine. The Pats work fine. And so I just come out like this. When the ingredients are that good, and you got all the finest things, and the food kind of sucks, maybe you look at the chef. I mean, I know that he is your second son, and we always apologize for Garrett and Garrett and Garrett. Do you know how good the Cowboys players are, and they're not winning year after year? Jerry, if you're frustrated, maybe you do something other than write a check because the checks ain't working. Maybe you cancel one of the checks that's going out every month. Just saying that.
I think we can all agree Jerry does sound frustrated. Let's bring in Ian Rappaport, our NFL Network insider, to get his thoughts on this. Does the future hold? What do you know right now about what's going on between Jason Garrett and his status with the team?
Okay, the way this season was set up for Jason Garrett, he needed to win and continue winning in order to not just keep his job, but earn another chance to do his job. He's in the final year of his contract, and the way that the Cowboys have set up, even before the season when they did not extend Jason Garrett, a move that was not rare for them, but would be rare almost anyone else in the NFL. Jason Garrett needed to make the playoffs and then beyond to prove to the Cowboys that he still should be their coach, that he is the right man for this team. And the way it is setting up now, it is looking like Jerry Jones is probably going to have, at this point, a decision, if things continue the way they have, a decision that maybe is not as difficult as he likes. And look, his frustration was very clear last night at the special teams, at the overall execution, at the fact that he does have really good players. When I talk to people around the league, other executives, they love the Cowboys' talent from 1 to 53. It is simply the way they perform on game day that has led to the frustration. And obviously, Jason Garrett's job status and does he earn another year with the Cowboys is something that is going to take us all the way through January.
Well, the Cowboys are still ahead and atop the NFC East. They are a game up on the Eagles, and they have the tiebreaker as well over Philadelphia. Thank you so much. We'll see how it goes down the stretch. The schedule not kind for these Cowboys. Ian Rappaport will be with us all day.